What's going on, people? Welcome back to the JSTV back again. And tonight is Who Would You Keep at Newcastle United? It's called Keep, Sell or Loan. And this evening, I've got Tony with us. Hi to Tony. Hi to you, Peter.
Yeah, right, John.
I'm good. This is like me being full-time YouTuber, you know what I mean? Which is really, really cool. But one day you just never, ever know. So, guys, if you like the video, like what you watch, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Also, super chats are open as well. And if you'd like to become a member, it is just 99p. And let's go through the comments. In case I did, hi to you. Wow, back to you. Hi to Lorraine. I hope you're well. You gotta love Lorraine every time she comments on. You know, I can give her a massive hug as well. I'm sure. Big up to Ethan as well. Hope you're well. Hi to Mr. Little. Good evening to Julie J. Hope you're well. Hi to Bear Viking with Brian. Hi to Big Morgan. Hope you're well, my guy. Hope you're good. And hi to you again, Jules. And big up to Lee Barry. Oi, oi. That's what I like about it. Oi, oi. Then we got Pete Bartholomew Spore. Big up to you, Barthol. I hope you're well. Hi to my favourite mod, Mama Flossie. Hope you're well. And evening to Peter and John Ashley through someone else script out the day. I'm in the process of writing Zotta, who episode about Newcastle FC ran by humanoid feline sisters of plenitude. I love that one there. Yes.
Son of Brian.
Yes. Big up to Mama. And let's go for it. Hi to Mick. Hope you're well. So passionate Newcastle fans. Hi to Craig and hi to Gareth. And big up to Clungy Magnet. Who doing, Pete, on your side?
Oh, I forgot who he was again. Well, I can see the picture as well.
Yeah, exactly. Big up to Lorraine. Big up to Paul as well. And even the topics before you start, what are your thoughts on someone from the Saudi royal family bidding to buy Everton? Me personally, I think it's a good thing. And more Saudis at the table, the better for us. Do you know what it is, right? I mean, if Everton do get him, good luck to them, Paul. Good luck to them, man, because Everton needs to be sorted out for that football club. I know people are not going to agree with it, Tony.
Tell you what, John, I wonder how the Everton fans are feeling, because the amount of stick and shit they've thrown at us about having Saudi ownership, I'm just wondering how they're going to take it down on Merseyside. Are they going to turn around now and say, oh, great, we're going to have rich owners coming into the club? Because I tell you now, they're the most fickle fans of Scouse Mackhams. And I tell you now, if they get that ownership in, it'll be interesting to see how the narrative changes in Everton, in and around not Goodison Park, because they're moving to a new stadium.
The Docklands.
And it will be interesting to see how quick this goes to as well. But it won't take 18 months.
Nah, it won't. Won't take 18 months. Won't take 18 months. No, it won't. Be interesting, but we'll be watching that with great interest. Want to sign Gibbs, White, Chevalier, Kelly, Bongiorno, and Brimble, and Zola for Juve. I love the player, the latter Juve. What a player that guy is. He really is. That would be my dream window world. Tino, my guy, I tell you something now. It'd be nice because of PSR, this ridiculous PSR. I can't see anything happening very soon. Go on, Tony.
I mean, Chevalier, yes. I mean, look, I mentioned him about 18 months ago. I would like to see that lad at Newcastle. You get him for about 25 million quid. And he's going to be a France number one eventually. But he plays for Lille, and he's a terrific keeper. I mean, I went to the England under-21s versus France under-21s at King Power Stadium in Leicester last year. And even though we trounced them 4-0, I thought on the day he made some good saves. He pulled off some great saves in that game, and there's something about him, and I thought I really like to see him. But obviously, Paris Saint-Germain want him as a backup to Donnarumma, just to give Donnarumma some competition as well. So, look, I mean, we've got a good relationship with Lille because we've had Botman from there, we've had Debussy from there, we've had Kabay from there. So we got a good relationship with Lille. I would like us to go in and try and nab him. But again, that. Because I think, in a way, right, look what I've read this on a report, and like I say, it's just media speculation, but I've read various reports on it. Now, what they're saying is, Newcastle United as a club, obviously they've spoken with Eddie Howe as well, and apparently it's going up the ranks in the club, not anyhow, but further above anyhow.
Yeah.
They're worrying about Nick Pope. Now, what they're worrying about Nick Pope is because he's had 2 dislocated shoulders, is he now going to be susceptible to having a third one at any time? Because, look, once you've had 2 pop-outs, it could pop out regular now. And if it pops out again, could that either put him out for quite a long time again, end his career maybe? So what the media reports are saying is we're looking at maybe moving Pope on. Now, that may be to Ipswich. Who knows? But the thing is, what they are saying is if we do move Nick Pope on, we are still apparently in the market for Mamardashvili. Now, the thing is, if we're in the market for Mamardashvili still, now, a report from Spain has come out and said Valencia have not responded to Newcastle's bid that they made last week. And the agent that they want to speak to, they're trying to say if you go to 45 million euros, then maybe Valencia may talk. Now then, so will Newcastle go to 45 million euros? So that's the talk around the media that maybe we want to ship Nick Pope out because we're not sure of how he's going to, cope now that he's had a second dislocation. And, maybe that's why he's not gone to Euros, as well. Plus he has only just come back. But I think he's a better keeper than Ramsdale. I'm sorry, Pope is. But what I'm saying is, if we are still in the market for another keeper, then even if we sell Pope and we get 10 million for Pope, because I still think we can get 10 million for Pope, that means we've broke even on the transfer fee we paid for Pope. So, look, for me, it's a no-brainer for me. It's a no-brainer. If you're moving Pope on, you've got to go and get somebody who's either as good as Pope or better.
Yeah.
And if someone like Mamardashvili is better than Pope, I haven't seen a lot of the lad, but I know he's got his runouts and things like that. And I'm going to watch him closely in the Euros for Georgia and see how he does. And I'm sure a lot of fans will as well. But if we are going out there for a goalkeeper that is better than Pope, then we need to be out there now. Like Foxy said yesterday, there's a Brazilian out there called Bento at Paranese where Bruno started his career. You'd probably get him for about 12 million quid. And he's the backup to Alisson in the Brazil squad. So, again, there's keepers out there. But what's your thoughts on that, John, with what the media are saying? Do you agree with that? Or would you be happy to let Pope go if we got somebody better or the same standard?
If we get a better keeper than Pope, I have no problems at all whatsoever. If we get a better keeper than Nick Pope, that's the most important thing. Whoever comes in has to be better than Nick, 100%. You just mentioned Bento as well. I'd take him all day long. Cracking keeper, There are some cracking keepers out there, man. Do you know what I mean? But Bento will be one of them, and Mamardashvili will be another as well. And Chevalier as well, and that Polish lad as well, and plays in Lille. He's a cracking keeper as well. He's on Chelsea's books as well. So for me, anyone's better than Nick, and I'll get them in. Because Nick needs competition.
He plays for Nice, John.
Oh, Nice, sorry. Thanks very much.
That
plays Nice. I think he's at number 2 at the minute, because Szczesny's still number 1. So, but we'll see what happens on that one. Let's go through the cost. We're going through for the main topic tonight. I don't believe Everton are being bought by PIF. That's from Craig. With Miggy, Jason Wilson, links to Saudi moves. We have to wait till after 17th of July when Saudi windows open. That's from Ethan. Thank you very much for that one, Ethan. And I wasn't aware of that. Everton fans were the worst where we were first taken over. Big up to Michael.
One of the worst.
How are you, man? Love the show. Thank you, Mr. Held. I hope you're well. PSR isn't as harsh as Sky Sports play out to be. Ooh, I tell you what, it needs to get rid. Don't care. We're officially owned by Saudi state. I don't think any club in the world should be de facto owned by a sovereign state. That's from Craig. Oh, Craig thinks I was still owned by Saudi state. Evening to Lee. Hope you well. Kieran, how are you to you, man? I hope you're well, mate. I hope you're having a good day. Chevalier is a world-class keeper with our relationship with Leo. We can get him about 25 mil. I think I've actually spoken to Tony on Twitter about this. I think you two spoken about it as well. Evening to there as well. Big up to Paul. How to Paul Antonio here. I noticed you leaving comments on the live comments as well, mate, as well. But keep those comments coming in, mate. Hope you're well. I hope things gets a lot better for you, Paul. And whatever you decide to do, man, be strong, mate. And it's great to see you on there, Paul. And I can remember when we were just wanting a club that tries. I just like that. We're even making more progress moves in these windows. Can't get a Bruno in these every single window. You're absolutely right, Michael. You just cannot. And missing out on tossing Dale Costa's Mamashvili, in my opinion. Evening to Ian and Lee. Hi to Ian. And some man of Saudi Raw. And Archibald, hi to Archie. We need a right winger before we get a goalkeeper, I think. Yeah, I think we need a right winger. Trafford, Calvin, Lewin, Smith, Rowe, Gibbs, White. I think Tall Pete is on a different stream. Look out for all these players how I want. You know what, Brian? I do not want Calvin Lewin in my team. No way.
That's what I do want.
Definitely not. Well, I paid 20 mil for Trafford to be a bench warmer. I'm not sure on him. That's for Peter. I understand your point, man. And even lads and the Hansen legend, Gianni Sinclair. This is me. You know what, Martin? You know what? I'm not that bad. You know what? We all love everybody, yeah? Everyone loves them. When Amy comes in the room, we got to love her as well. We're also looking at one keeper at this time. We need a goalkeeper. And good evening, CJK. Hope you're well. Right, let's go straight on to the first one. We've gone through about 25 players to go through, guys. We have to keep Lorna sell. We're going to start with the Bracker, Pete. I mean, I think you all know we're going to go with this one. What would you do with this guy?
Sell. Time for him to go. Unfortunately, he's cost us points. We've conceded silly goals. Either he can't catch the ball properly now. He can't use his feet. We've seen balls go through his legs many of times now. And he can't even stop shots when they're absolutely tame as anything. Nah, Dubravka is deadwood. He's finished now. He's been a great 7. He was brilliant when we first come in. But now he just hasn't been the same keeper since Pope got injured. And it's time he leaves now, unfortunately. He needs to leave now.
Yeah.
He's cost us so many points. He's cost us quite a few points this season. And the one really annoys me is Man United away. How can you not stop a shot so soft from Højlund there? He's there. He's finished. It's time he leaves. Goodbye, Martin Dubravka.
Finito, aspito. And Tony, I know where you're going to go with this guy as well, Dubravka.
I think it's time to sell him. 35 years of age now. Look, he's done well for us in the past. That was the past. Now's his future. Look, when he came in, he wasn't that great, let's be honest. Yes, okay, he kept the score down in a few games. But when I thought he missed the Arsenal game and Karius played, I thought that was great because although Karius let 4 goals in, they weren't really his fault. But I thought Karius commanded that box more and the defence looked a little bit more assured with Karius rather than do with Dubravka. They had no trust in him. It proved when he was out the team against Brentford how better we looked defensively. If only we'd done that a few days earlier against Man United as well. All we can hope for is Dubravka goes and has a good run in the Euros, has some good games, maybe gets Slovakia out of the group. And hopefully that may just push his price up a little bit and people will come in and take him off our hands. So that's what we want to see. We know the last Euros he let 6 in against Spain and he will look bloody awful, didn't he? So and he was at fault for about 3 or 4 of them goals. So yeah, look, let's see how he gets on in the Euros. But Dubravka, I'm afraid the time's up now and it's time to leave through that door with a green background and the white writing that says exit.
Yeah, fact, absolute fact. I'm gonna have to go with you guys. He needs to be moving on. Like it's been fantastic in the past, but for me, we need to move him on now because yes, there's how I know he's made mistakes as well. He's not get above Pope. We definitely need a goalkeeper. For me, I think his time is done. And we wish him all the best in the future if he decides to go. And goes in comments, I would love if Elise came to the team, but I feel they like going to United or a team in London. I don't think he come to Newcastle.
Rumours are Chelsea, John. The rumours are he's signing for Chelsea. Apparently personal terms have been agreed. That's the rumours going around. But this is Chelsea again. They're spending more money because they're selling the training ground back to themselves for 100 million quid. They're selling hotels to themselves and everything.
Mm-hmm.
How are they getting around FFP? Well, if that's the case, why don't we do it? We own the training ground, don't we? So why can't we sell it back to ourselves?
Thank you very much. Facts.
If Chelsea can do it, why can't we?
Mm.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff the cartels, stuff them.
Do you know what now? It's going to come to a point now where I can say, right, you know what? Do 250 mil, do 300 mil for the summer to win us a trophy or get top 4, right? And take the points deduction. Do you know what I mean? And that clause are weird, guys, to just say, right, you know what? We take the points deduction. Who cares? Do you know what I mean?
What it is, though, John? The Man City arbitration case has started today.
Yep.
And apparently it's going to get very heated because Man City are going to throw in there that these rules have come out deliberately because Newcastle were taken over by Saudi ownership and it's helping to protect the other clubs for their commercial values that they get in. So that's why and Man City are going to go to war with the Premier League over this and say, you've done this on purpose because Newcastle United could get big sponsorships in. And it's all to help teams like Leicester and all that out to make sure they keep their commercial side of it.
I tell you what, don't get us in it. Don't get us involved, man. Do not get us involved. Because I'll tell you what, they get us involved, they charge us. Do you know what? We take them on head on. Simple as that. After growing global club, it's interesting to see the moves that we have made when the obstacles are presented. It gives an idea of how the club will deal with it. That's a fair cracking shout, mate. Fantastic. Big up to Tuned LA or Gad. Follow us on his Twitter account as well. Get him followed and he'll follow you back as well. And those are the crack of the game last night. Slovakia clean sheet and 4-0 win against Wales. The Dutch, wow. And we're all ready for Southgate ball. Pete and Tony will have their England Speedos on.
Oh.
Well, I think that's a bit unfair, this, because look, Anthony Gordon's out there. We've seen him. We've seen pictures of him getting on the plane, leaving at the airport, coming off the plane in Germany. Look, it's every time we go to a tournament, and this really does annoy me because look, at the end of the day, we all support England, regardless who the manager is, right? Regardless who he is, what his tactics are. Look, as much as we may not be a fan of Southgate, but who has any other England manager in the last 10, 15 years been better than what Southgate's done? No, because I'll tell you why. Because Southgate got us to the semi-finals of the World Cup. He got us to the final of the Euros. Yes, we should have beat Italy, and I think he knows that as well. We should have beat them, okay, but we didn't. But we finished runners-up. We got the quarterfinals of the World Cup in France, and Hugo Lloris come out the other day and said if Harry Kane had put that second penalty in, he says France would have gone out with the quarterfinals, he says, because England were the better team, he says, and they would have took us apart if they got that second goal. And he says we would have got the final, no problems at all. So we got the quarterfinals there. So when you look at his record, how many semi-finals did Sven-Göran Eriksson get us to? None. Quarterfinals. No. How good was Capello? Useless. Terrible. Roy Hodgson? Useless. Only Terry Venables was close to getting us to win a trophy. He got us to a semi-final.
McLaren couldn't get us into a tournament.
Turnip was the same, wasn't he? Graham Taylor.
Yeah.
So look, this is what I'm saying. So let's all get behind England. Let's support them because at the end of the day, remember, we've got 2 Newcastle players in that team. And I would love nothing more than them 2 players to come back to Newcastle with medals around their necks as European champions. And remember, we got some great players in the squad. Jude Bellingham, he's world class. He's going to set that tournament alight. I tell you now. Anthony Gordon could be the secret weapon. Remember, last year he won the Euros with the under-21s and was player of the tournament. So, to be honest with you, he could go out there and totally smash it. people are actually questioning why Cole Palmer's in the squad because they're saying he's had one good season. Why is he in the squad? And, I can see that. And they're saying Grealish should be ahead of Cole Palmer, but you got to look at the form. He's picking players on form here. So, I think let's all get behind England in the Euros. What we should be seeing is England should be winning this tournament.
Yeah.
If we win that group, we play a third place team in the next round. Then if we win that, we could end up playing Croatia. Then we could meet France in the semi-finals. So look, let's get behind England and especially our two lads, and let's hope we get as far as we can. Hopefully we win it. Because I'm back in England all the way.
Yeah, same here. So is Pete, so is everyone else as well. Not much being said in the media about Everton possibly getting bought out by Saudi Consortium. Yet the media were all over Newcastle. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And when Newcastle names gets mentioned, they're all over us as well. To be fair, they didn't want to take over. Yeah, the Premier League didn't want us to get taken over, but we did. So the rest is history. Right, let's go on to the next one. We're going to talk about Nick Pope, Pete.
Keep him. I'd keep him. I think I'm glad he. Just a shame if he didn't get that injury, we could have finished higher than 7th. I really believe we could have done. He could use his feet, and it looks how he commands his box more than what Dubravka's been doing, particularly against Brentford on the last game of the season. He was commanding his box. So I'd keep Pope, definitely. So I would like to see Nick Pope stay at the club. I think 32 is still very young for a goalkeeper at his age.
Yeah.
Cool. That's why I would keep Pope on, because he can command his box, and he was a big miss for us when he was out injured.
Fair dues. Tony, I know you got strong feelings on this guy.
Well, look, I would say keep Pope, but if the club see another keeper out there that's better than Pope, then it's a no-brainer if they can get him in. So then you'd sell Pope, wouldn't you? I mean, look, Pope's been great for us, let's be honest. He's not great with his footwork, we know that. We know he's not. He's never been great with his footwork. Yes, he's a good shot stopper. He does command his box, and he's a bit of a sweeper keeper. So I would say at this point, yes, keep Nick Pope, but unless the club go out and see another keeper that they can get, that they can say, well, actually, he's better than Nick Pope, and they may be looking for a keeper who can use his feet work better as well, So, who knows? But I would say for now, keep Nick Pope, but it depends on what the club are doing. If the club find a keeper that can take his place, then I'm all for them selling them. But he would still command a fee, I reckon, of 10 million quid at least. But I would say keep him anyway.
Okay, fair enough. And for me, I'll say definitely keep him. And if you get a goal coming in, new one, Mamadashvili and or Chevalier or Bento as well. One of those three come in, give Nick a bit of competition as well. I know Karius, he's gone. We're not going to say anything about him. And also Gillespie, he's going to stay as well. So we've got no choice. Has anyone heard of PIF, buying a feeder club in South America or Europe? What about one parody Sir Ratmouth situation, Ratcliffe? Sir Ratmouth situation. I don't know about that one at all.
I've not heard anything on that.
No, I've not heard. I've not heard nothing either. But it's funny, isn't it? Right? You get. Last year we went. Obviously it was Dan Ashworth's ploy to come out with it and say, the gardener. It was for him to come out and say, we were going to get Neves from a PIF-owned club, and the huge meltdown that went on, and had a vote for it and everything, and it got thrown out. But yet, Ratcliffe, yes, Rat, because that's what I'll call him, Rat, because that's what he is, a rat, man who sleeps in his car every night. You look at Ratcliffe, he's now going to go and sign Jean-Claire Todibo from Nice, who he owns as well, for £21 million. Now then, do you hear anybody out there saying, whoa, you can't do that, we're going to have a vote, Do you see anybody doing that? Because I don't. No. I don't hear anybody saying anything wrong about it. No, because it's Man United, because it's the cartel. They like to keep them sweet, you know? And it's all right. Ratcliffe can go and buy from his other owned club if he wants to, you know? It's all, you know, but as soon as we mention a PIF owned club, oh, no, hang on, Newcastle, whoa, hang on, no, this can't happen, you know? It's like, he could probably sell a player from Man U to Nice for overinflated value and get away with it. But if we were to sell, say, Almiron to the Saudis for 60 million quid, say, and I know he's not worth that, but if we said, 60 million quid, straight away, it would be in Richard Master's desk and he'd be going, fair market value? Absolutely not. You're not selling them for that price. You have to cut the fee down. So, look, we know who's favoured. We know who's not.
Yeah.
We know who's in Richard Master's back pocket.
Yeah.
And, you know, and how many brown envelopes that man gets from these cartel clubs.
I agree. Let's
but
move.
One day the busies will knock on his door and take him away.
Yeah, I hope that's the case. Let's move on to go over this comment quickly and then we go on to the next one. What do you think of Mintis potentially being sold to another Premier League rival? I think we should give this lad a fair go and see what he does for the first team. JK, I totally agree, mate. We've got to keep him for pre-season. Give him a chance. Let's go on to the next one. We're going to go to the defence side. Tony, I'll start with you. Kieran Trippier.
Oh, do you know what, John? If I'm honest, I would sell. And I'll tell you why I would sell. One, he's coming up for 34. The mistakes he made last season was quite a lot. We know he had a bit of personal troubles or whatever going on. But personally, he's got a year left on his deal. Even if we got 15 million quid for him, I still think that's great business. He's done everything for us. He's came in. He's been great for us. He was our first signing under the new ownership. He's done what he's had to do. And I think, look, there is a lot of rumours going around that his family are prepared to move. Look, even if if he goes to Saudi Arabia, say for instance, and he goes there, gets a massive wage and he goes there for a couple of seasons. You know, that's setting him up for the rest of his life, basically, you know. Where else is he going to get that sort of money? Is he going to get that at Bayern Munich? No, absolutely not. So, you know, he may think, yes, I'll go to Saudi and finish my career there. Or he may go to Bayern Munich because Bayern Munich are still sniffing around and obviously Vincent Kompany's there. So, who knows? But for me, I would say we've got a ready-made replacement in Tino Livramento, who's only going to get better.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, I would like to see what we can do with Harrison Ashby because, look, I still think there's something in that lad to be a good player. We just got to make sure we give him the right loan move. But look, yeah, all in all, I think I would sell Trippier if I'm honest. And I know that'll probably sound harsh to a lot of people. And yes, we're losing a leader, but look, at the end of the day, we can't be sentimental either.
Yeah, fair shout. What about you, Pete? Trippier?
I think I'd actually keep him. When he's still on his game, he's on his game. His leadership's been so crucial for us as well. And I believe he still carries that for us as well. I know he's had the mistakes at times, but I just think when Trippier's on his game, he's just on his game. And I just see him as an important part of our dressing room, particularly for his leaderships out on the pitch as well. So for me, I keep him.
Yeah, fair enough. And I'd keep him as well for his leadership as well. Rumours Ipswich wants Pope for 4 mil, his boyhood club, and keep Pope for 1 more year. And what we do, we go to the next one. So I know you've got comms coming through. We're going to fly through these players. So, and then we're going to talk about the latest Newcastle as well, get into your questions as well and your comments as well. Let's go on to the next one. Pete, I'll go with you. I'll go Tino Livramento.
Got to keep him. Charlie, he's still very young. He's still got a lot to learn. In my opinion, he can still learn off the likes of Trippier as well. And there's more to come from this guy. We know there is. There's more to come from the guy.
Yeah,
as well. He's had some really, really good games last season. And I believe we can see more of that from him for next season stays. 100% he stays.
Tony.
Yeah, no brainer. Keep him. Look, he done well for us last season when he played. So look, yes, okay, not as great at left back. He did get skinned a few times at left back. Play him as a right back, but definitely I would keep him. Absolutely no chance of selling him whatsoever.
No, very, very true. And let's go on to, do you think Eddie will be under pressure this coming season to deliver the top 4 spot? I personally think Eddie has the back end of the owners and the fans. I agree with you, JK. And go on.
I'm not so sure, John, because look, I think, yes, he has the backing of the owners, but if he goes through a sticky patch in the season and we're adrift of that top 4 or whatever, I wouldn't be surprised if the owners make a change. And I know that might sound harsh to a lot of people, but what you got to think about is, look, we're over 3 years in this project now, and the owners do want to start tasting some sort of success. And if we have even a poor start this season, I think Eddie's under massive, massive pressure. And I tell you what, it wouldn't surprise me if he does have that time, and if it gets to a stage where the owners think, do you know what, we have to make a change, they'll make a change. And there's nothing anybody out there can do about it, All you have to do is back the club and say, okay, they're making the decision based for the club, and, whoever comes in will have to hit the ground running and do the job. But, he will be under pressure, we know that. So this is why this market's going to be a huge transfer window this summer. And if there's players there that's coming in because Eddie wants them, then he's got to make sure that they're playing well, because, if not, if we're cut adrift anywhere, as I say, if he's having a losing streak or whatever, the owners will pull the plug, let's be honest. Saudis are ruthless people. They're winners. They don't like being second best. And what did Yasser say last year? We want to be number 1.
Well, there you are. There you have it. Excuse me. There you have it. Go through Daniel's comments. But do you need to have or level playing fields? You can't have close to a blank checkbook. Well, again, Daniel, I mean, hi to you, by the way, sort of. I don't think it'd be a blank checkbook, but they just don't want you spending 200, 300 mil, or you're going to get punished by PSR. But I see what you mean. But level field, I don't know that's going to happen soon, but that's what the Premier League wants. So we'll see what happens throughout the summer. Depends what happens to Man City as well. Let's go on to the next one. We've done Kieran Trippier. Let's go Liver Mentor. Let's go on to Emil Kraft, Pete.
Do you know what? Very surprisingly, I think he's really improved under Howe.
Yeah.
He was no good. He was no good under the previous manager. He was completely bruised.
I agree.
But since Eddie came in, I think he's really improved him. He really, really has. Particularly when Trippier was out with a foot injury. I thought Kraft stepped in and really, really impressed a lot of people, I thought. Yes, he may not have got the games as of late, but I think he's done as well to step in my opinion. I really, really would say. And some of the games he's been really, really on his game. So, do you know what? I think I'm going to keep Kraft because I think he's been one of the most improved players under Eddie Howe.
Fair enough. And what about you, Tony? Emil Kraft?
Well, if Trippier goes, then yeah, I would keep Kraft for that simple reason. But if Trippier stays, I would sell Kraft. Although Kraft can play centre-back as well, which is, I suppose you got the two, but then... it's a hard one. But if Trippier goes, I would keep Kraft, honestly, I would. It's cover. But, he's not the greatest footballer, we know that.
Yeah. Fair enough. Let's go on to the next one. Sancho's Dortmund move and Manu allow him to leave. I think he had to go back to Dortmund unless they can half his wages as well. I don't think Dortmund's going to pay that sort of money as well. Let's go on. Not. No chance. Let's start with you, Tony. We're going to still done the right backs, aren't we? We're going to go with the left back. I'm going to start with Matt Targett.
Sell. Straight away, sell. Look, he done well on loan. I don't know why we signed him permanently and on $100,000 a week. Aston Villa fans said, look, you've helped us out because you've took away a player that we don't want at this club who's absolutely diabolical. Yes, he was that player of the season before. But he's been too many injuries. And I don't think he's good enough. And I think it's one of those signings where the club have made an error. And look, every club has one or two bad signings. And he's one of the bad signings for me in this era. So, although 100 grand a week, who's going to pay that wages? That's the thing. But there is links with Fulham in that. But transfer market see he's only worth £8.5 million. How the mighty fall. But look, I would be trying to move him on in the summer without a shadow of a doubt. So definitely SELL sell target.
Fair dues. Trevido, currently worth €35 million, around about 30 million quid as well. Masters, Arslan, Radcliffe, yeah, fat. Let's go on to Pete, Matt Target.
Yeah, sell for me. He's just gone well down the pecking order, hasn't he? Pretty much so. And giving him 100k a week, really, who gives a player like him that much sort of money? Yes, we know a club's going to make mistake now again, but I don't know what. It was a steal for the price and for what we got him for, but he's just not getting the games and the injury and look and the injuries he's had them, and he's just not going to get any games here now by the looks of it. No, so. Target, it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah, facts, absolute facts. If you get a decent offer for Chips, I'd take it. Also, Sway just off the books as well. That's some wacky. Hope you well. Chips has done at Newcastle. Sell. That's all right. Lewis going in hard on Trippier. Sell. And we've got a legend as well. Big up to Martin. Thank you for coming on the last week, man. I hope you're well. Masters P45 soon. City will deal with him. And I'll tell you what.
I like it, man.
I like it. And United forever. Big up to you, City. As a Man U fan, I don't trust Ashford one bit. He's out for himself. He signed a contract and is not loyal. He can steer Moen Loan. I love it, man. I love that. Yes.
Wow.
Bosh. And then we got Turn as well. Would hate it if Chip scores. He's been brilliant for us. But if he has a big money offer, then good luck to him. That's from Mama Flossie. And for me, guys, if you get a decent bit for Chips, then sell him. That's from JG as well. Fair enough. Let's go on to don't I do Lewis Hall. I mean, he is going to sign. I'd definitely keep him, man.
Me first?
Yeah, you go first.
Yep. Keep. Look at how impressive he's been since he now got the time given into the squad. I know we like to have seen him sooner, but fair play to come out and say that he wasn't actually fully ready. Okay, now we understand why. There's more from the lad. Look how young he is. Look how he can bomb up and down the flanks. You look at the tackles he can put in now. Give this guy the number 3 next shirt for the next season. Give him the number 3 shirt. I can't wait to see Lewis Hall next season. I really, really cannot. Look at the talent we've just got on our hands here as well.
Great. Absolutely.
100%. He stays.
100% for me. 100% for me. Got 75 people watching in the building. Thank you very much indeed. Make sure you smash your likes as well, people. Do follow to Peter Proudlock. Also to It's All Black and White TV as well. Show the love and respect as well. We are share streaming as well. So if there's a choice, which channels I want to go to. And Chips and Go Broad. Well, his wife won't. She was the reason he came back home because of his goings on in Spain. Plus, she wanted to be back near friends and family. I can't see Chips going back to leaving England again. I can't see it. Tony, Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis Hall, definitely have to keep him. We saw how well he played towards the back end of the season. We know Man United fans are sick of the sight of him. They don't want him in Old Trafford next season because he keeps scoring there. And look, this lad's going to be a future England left back. He's going to, take over Luke Shaw. He's got everything, hasn't he? He's got everything. He's attacking. So yeah, definitely have to keep Lewis Hall. That is for sure. We know Dortmund are sniffing around for him, but no. I mean, yes, Newcastle could probably double our money, but no. You don't do that. You don't let bright youngsters like that go easily. And at 28 million quid, it's a bargain. So yeah, definitely keep them.
facts, absolute facts. They're going to Maatsen instead. Because I tell you what, you could be going to Chelsea. If I was Chelsea, I'd just say, oh, you come back? No. Go back to Dortmund, my guy. Go back to Dortmund. Develop your career there, man, as left back. As long as Pope keeps performing, I don't see the reason to sell. You see what happened when Man U tried to improve on De Gea, but he isn't great with his feet. But look at the mistakes Onana has made terrible. Lee, that's a fair comment. And I forgot to I'm sorry about it, Lee. Him response about Nacho should be in Natch. No. Definitely Natch. No.
Not for me. Thank you. No.
Not for me. And I'll tell you what, if he does come, if anyone wants him, then there is going to be a problem. If how it does go, who would you want to replace him? For me, my choice, I mean, I'm Eddie in, but for me, I would go for winners. Diego Simeone, Simone Inzaghi, right? For me, I mean, I would have took Josie as well, but he's got a Fenerbahce, yeah, because he's a winner. I know a lot of people's going to be surprised. For me, my number one pick would be Diego Simeone, Michel Sanchez from Girona, and Simone Inzaghi for Inter Milan. Those are my three.
I'll tell you who I'll go for, John. And I haven't even had, and Simeone's not even in my head or anything like that. The one manager that if Eddie Howe was to go, I think there's one manager who will definitely come in and wouldn't cost a lot to get him, and that would be Roberto Mancini from Saudi Arabia. Because I tell you now, the Saudis would just go in and say, right, come on. The PIF would say to the Saudi FA, bit of compensation, there you go. And we'll take Mancini. And I'll tell you what, Mancini's a winner. He's done it with City. He's done it wherever he's been. He won the Euros with Italy as well. Look, I would have Mancini all day, absolutely. If it was the fact that Eddie wasn't here, that's what I'm saying. So that would be the number one choice for me. I mean, look, if you go back to the days when England got rid of Capello and he went to Russia, well, you know how his wages were paid, don't you? Because Roman Abramovich told the Russian FA to sign him, and the Russian FA said, yeah, but we can't pay his wages. And Abramovich said, don't worry about that. I'll pay his wages. You just hire him. You know? And how he gets away with that is beyond me. But there again, when you're best mates with Putin, nobody's going to argue with you.
Yeah, I agree. And what would happen if they said, screw the fixtures and just went for like City? You know what? I'd take it all day long. Stuff the points deduction. Stuff it. I'm sorry. Stuff it. Because clubs are going to forget about what Masters and the Premier League is here. They do their own thing. That's for another time. Let's go on to the next one. Have we completed the left backs there? Dan Burn. They go start him first as centre back. Dan Burn. Pete.
Do you know what? Keep him as a squad player because I think he'll be that next season. He's shown a great leadership as well since he got and the fact is, he was playing in his correct position at centre back. And look how well he was doing. When he was knocked back to centre back, don't play him as a left back anymore. I think that's got to be completely out the window for me. Put him at centre back where he's got to be a squad player for like cup games possibly, or maybe just possibly a bit of rotation at times. I think Dan Burn still showed the leader for me, so I'd keep him.
Fair dues. Tony, Dan Burn.
Yeah, as a centre back, but not a left back. Yeah, I'll keep him, but not as a centre back, not a left back. I gather you're still talking left backs, aren't you, John? So yeah, but as a centre back, definitely keep him. You know, I look at Dan Burn, right, and he's played well at centre back, and I'm just thinking, right now, some people might disagree with me here, but you know, they've took Lewis Dunk to the Euros.
Yes.
Would you have put Dan Burn in there instead of Lewis Dunk? Because look, Dan Burn's height as well. That would terrify a lot of teams. But people will say, "Oh, well, he's not good enough for England," though. But you know, is Dunk good enough for England? That's the thing. He's had a terrible season for Brighton, so I'll keep Dan Burn. And I hope you're going to mention the other left back that we've got to mention, John, as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was that Target. We mentioned Target. Yes, he can. For me, he can go as well. He needs to find a new club now. For me, definitely find a new club. No doubt about it, Tony. Because look, he needs to be fan of the club because I tell you now, right? Championship would be his best portrait for me. I can't see being in the Premier League, but Championship it'd be okay. So he's got to go.
I would sell him. But look, when we signed him, we were competing with Liverpool to sign him. Liverpool were really wanting him, Klopp wanted him, and Liverpool didn't want to pay the asking price. They wanted to pay a little bit cheaper. We got him. And the thing is, though, he was a cracking left back at that time, and he was for Norwich in the Premier League. But the problem is, there was a manager called Cabbagehead, and under Cabbagehead, he didn't do it because we had a dinosaur manager with dinosaur tactics who plays like a dinosaur and has the team playing like dinosaurs. And the thing is, I reckon, and I think I see this now, and people might agree with me on this one, because if you look at Andy Robertson went from Hull to Liverpool and has excelled at left back there. I think if Jamal Lewis had gone to Liverpool instead of coming to us under Klopp, I think he'd be a world-class left back, if I'm honest. But I think he's been ruined at Newcastle United. Not by Eddie Howe, by the way, but by Cabbagehead. Cabbagehead ruined him. Like he ruined a lot of players.
Fact, absolute fact. I mean, he's come with high hopes, right? And the thing is, he's good for Northern Ireland. Don't get us wrong, but you're right. I think he's got done by Steve Bruce, big time. I'm sorry, but he needs to pick up the pieces and start. He's so young, but he needs to pick up the pieces and start again. And I hope he comes back to the Jamal Lewis that we all know, but it'd be someone else, I'm afraid. If you don't have the same sort of spending cap, we'll end up like Spain with 2 mega clubs and the rest going to the scraps. Daniel, you're absolutely right. But the thing is, there will not be a salary cap. It will never, ever happen. Because I tell you what, the agents will be return their hits away. It's as simple as that. So I see your point. I think it's a good idea. Instead of conducting biz behind the scenes, don't agree with Jimbo crying to the media about Newcastle wanting 20 mil. United wasting money in the transfers, 1.6 M's in the past, but don't want to pay the money. You know what it is, mate? You're right. You know what I mean? If they want him, pay the money. If you don't want him, don't want to pay the money, he can suffer. Keep suffering. Simple as that. I've got no sympathy for this guy. And if I was you, I would. There's better sport directors out there, But you know what? If Rack wants him, pay the money. Keep 36 and build a team around him. Go on, Pete.
Yeah, in terms of Jamal Lewis, for me, time to sell him on. Just a shame it didn't work under him because, again, of a former dinosaur manager that we had with dinosaur tactics. Well, majority of his tactics, as Tony would say, was knowing when the kebab shops would open. Simple as that.
Right.
So, there you go.
I'm looking for the nearest Greg's.
Yeah.
What these sausage rolls.
Yeah, absolutely. It's time to sell him on. Hopefully, you can still probably get a decent fee for him because of his.
He wants a Leicester job, Pete.
They can have him. They can have him. Who cares?
Let's go. He wants a Leicester job.
I heard about that. I even seen the statement that was going around that he came out and apparently said.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm just going to quickly find it.
Hopefully, Leicester are savvy enough to tell him where to go.
Right,
exactly.
I'm going to have a look at it. Let me just see if I can find it.
Yeah, and then what we do, we just go around the next player sort of thing individually, so we'll go one by one. So there you go.
Sorry, Dan Ashworth's got a new job next. Anyway, Dan Ashworth will get a new job anyway, John, because if Man U don't take him, I'm sure Alan Titchmarsh will hire him for Love Your Garden for this new series.
That's class.
You better give Alan Titchmarsh some gardening tips, won't he? And advice. How do you grow your vegetables, Dan? Oh well, I use this fertilizer and I do that, and how I get them flowers grown nice is I use this, and I do it this way, and how you get a nice greenery, and So I'm sure they'll be able to give each other tips because Dan Ashworth's a professional gardener now.
Absolutely in fact. Great.
And a professional banker, but a W instead of a B in front of it.
Exactly. Let's do love it, man. Let's do Siffy on. We're going to go one by one. I'll start with you, Tony. Fabian Schär.
Definitely. Look, he's here for the rest of his career as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, he may not have a lot long left, maybe 1 or 2 years. But look, we know what his ball playing skills are like from the back. He can ping a long ball. He's got a great shot for goal. He scored some cracking goals for us. Nick Pope knows what he's like for scoring cracking goals, because Nick Pope was the beneficiary of that when he played for Burnley. When under Rafa, he scored that cracker against Burnley, and then the carbon copy goal against Nottingham Forest as well. So look, yeah, shares experience as well. Even if it comes that we have to get a younger centre back in, and he learns a lot from Cher. But yeah, Cher's definitely staying for me. We can't let him go.
Good shot, good shot. I'll go with you and Jamal Lascelles, Pete.
Or you ask me about Cher as well?
Yeah, go on then. I'll let you.
Yeah, he 100% stays for me. He's just been fantastic. And he's just a warrior. He looks like he's got a body made of steel half the time. He 100% stays, but he might not. The only thing that concerns me is about will he get a lot of games next season? That's the thing if we get new centre backs in.
Yeah, facts. Let's go on to Mr. Lascelles. Pete, I'll go with you as well.
Sorry. For me, I'd sell him. I know you can't sell him in the window. I just think if we do get new centre backs in, I think he's going to be well down the pecking order when he returns back from his injury, particularly. I think he needs. I know he was a bit unlucky with the injury, but consider we're looking at new centre backs now, I think he's just going to go down the pecking order now for me. So for me, if we move him on. Right, I've found what Steve Bruce apparently said about that he probably wants a Leicester job. He says, a points deduction wouldn't put me off at Leicester. You know where I am. I mean, what of a wonderful opportunity that is all of a sudden.
Deary me. Deary me. Unbelievable. I got no words. Got no words about this.
Oh, this is hold on. I missed a little bit. They might have a few problems, but Leicester's been a great club over the past few years. Of course, the fairy tale of winning the Premier League a few years ago. I am looking to do something. I mean, I've had a year off now. Well, more than a year. Not far from coming up to 2 years.
Man should just retire. I think the man's unwell. I think he's unwell. He just should retire, shouldn't he? There's obviously something upstairs not clicking with the rest of his body. So, just give up, Steve Bruce. Just go away.
Yeah. And Jacob Ekins returns to Sunderland. You'll love and watch them get relegated to League One again. That. And also as well, how much time does the club need to be deboosted? He should retire. Give it up. Let's go straight on to
Tony about Lascelles.
Yeah, Lascelles, Tony.
I would sell him, John. I mean, look, we probably should let him go really in January. But yeah, look, we know there was a bit of difficulty over the fee with Besiktas. They wanted him on a free because he had 6 months left. We wanted a few million, but he's been a good servant. But yeah, time to move him on.
Yep, fair dues, fair dues. Let's go on to Sven Botman, Tony.
Keep. Can't sell him. Got to keep him.
Okay.
He's the Rolls Royce defender. I know he's had problems this season, but we know why, because he's been injured. So when we got a fully fit Sven Botman, there's nobody better in that defence. So look, yeah, absolutely. And this is where we keep Botman. We bring a younger defender in, centre half, who can grow with Botman, and that could be the centre back partnership for a long time. And I can even see Botman being Newcastle captain one day.
100%. Pete, do you agree with that?
Yeah, Botman, he stays for me. Yes, we know he might have had the greatest of season last season, but what he's supposed to do with an injury that he's had, that he's been battling with, he's not going to be 100%. So, but when he'll be fully fit, we'll see that Rolls Royce that we've seen when we first got him in. So, yeah, he stays for me.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go for the midfields. Quite a few midfields to go through as well. I mean, we start with J7. Pete, J7. There's only one answer to this guy.
Keep 100%. This man's been a big miss since he's been injured as well. We've missed that physicality, that absolute warrior in midfield as well. I'm glad he signed a new contract just to show he's not going anywhere as well. J7, he stays for me as well.
Thank you, Pete. Tony.
Who was that again? Sorry, John.
Oh, Joe Linton.
Sorry, Joe Linton. Yeah. Yeah. No brainer to keep Joe Linton. Absolutely. Yeah, keep Joe Linton at all costs. Absolutely. Sign a new deal anyway, so he ain't going anywhere in a hurry. So yeah, definitely for me, keep Joe Linton. Much improved now because we know. Well, even when we signed him at the club at the first time when we signed him, 40 million quid. I thought, we're signing the left-sided midfielder. And then when we were playing him up front, I'm thinking, why are we playing him up front? He's not even a striker. He's never been a striker. He's always been a left-sided midfielder. And, but that was, again, down to Cabbagehead, And I'm sure Cabbagehead was told by the fat controller, because I won't mention the man's name because I can't stand mention that man's name, of Shits Direct. Anyway, I'm sure he used to tell Bruce that you must play him all the time because he cost 40 million quid because he was a record signing. So, he had to keep playing him. Even though there was times when fans were shouting, get him off, get him out. I mean, we wanted to get rid of him before Eddie Howe came in. We wanted rid of him in that summer, because a lot of fans were saying he's Championship standard. He's not Premier League standard. That's because he wasn't playing in his rightful position. But Eddie Howe put him in his rightful position. And look where he's doing now. And, never look back, and now he does get in the Brazilian team. He's not in the Copa America team, unfortunately, because he's had the injury, hasn't he? But there we go. But keep.
Fair enough. Let's go on to Bruno Guimaraes.
Is that for me, John, or Pete?
Yeah, go you, Tony.
Keep. Got to keep him, John. Look, he's world class.
He is.
But the thing is, as I've said before, on many occasions, football is a short career. It can be a short career, as we have seen in the past with players. I'm sure he's an ambitious fella. He wants to win trophies, like anybody wants to win in life, wants to win trophies. I was no different when I played football school. We won a trophy. Once you win a trophy, you want that winning feeling all the time. And that's exactly what it's like. So I can understand he wants to win things as much as he loves Newcastle United as well. Now, I think if we didn't win anything, or if he thought we're not going to win anything, I think he may move on. But as far as I'm concerned, keep him. It doesn't look like anybody's going to hit this release clause. Well, I say that, I touch wood, he doesn't. But, we've only got, another 20 days left of it until the end of June. Once it comes to the end of June, that's it. We can then command the own fee. And if nobody comes in for him, happy days, he stays with us. And look, we need to start winning trophies because this lad could be huge for us. He could be here for the rest of his career if we can start turning out trophies. But we need to start. We need to get that first one over the line and through the door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. Go on, Pete. Bruno.
Of course, we want you to stay, Bruno. Hopefully, he's just a magician in midfield, isn't he? And that's why we want this lad to not go anywhere at all. Hopefully, he stays in touch wood, that he stays and no one comes in for him. Yes, he's too important to our team. Hopefully, he is going to be here for many more times to come. But we need to start winning the trophies because there will be a time where you may start to think, still no trophies won here. I could maybe move on. But let's see. This lad, 100% stay. He has to stay. Absolutely has to stay.
Fair enough. Let's go for some comments as well because fly through these is a lot coming in, guys. Hold in mind, so Luke Shaw at the stage. Some of the performance, there's a player in Hall. I was like some for the club as well for Man U, but can't see happening. Making two top teams opposite level the smallest is the quickest way to kill the Prem. Owners and top players will be simple as that. You can't stifle clubs just because some are poor. Exactly. Man U hoping Ashford gets sacked. No Compo, Garden Leeds. That ain't gonna happen anytime soon. Give him to Southampton. even though Newcastle fans hate Man U, Newcastle are by far the most respectful fans I've talked with, very polite. You know what, mate? Thank you very much for your kind words, mate. I was on TalkSport. He's a moron. Nearly got West Brom relegated after he got sacked off us. Exactly.
And then all the West Brom fans says Newcastle fans were right about this manager all along.
We warned them. We warned them, Pete. Yeah? But they took no notice whatsoever. What if PF bought Ineos and told them Steve Bruce is their man? I tell you what.
And again, I could rattle through so many reasons why I say this manager was the worst we have ever had.
Yeah, that's hard. And Ashwell used Ratcliffe, Shitefirst Garden. Why don't you think he wants to work at Man U as he gets free water when it rains? It just get the buckets out. Trevor, bosh. Selman here to chill and get Chiesa. Jake, that's not going to happen anytime soon, mate.
No.
Never going to happen. Never going to happen. Shaz looking to leave soon to concentrate on his director of football jobs. I don't think he'd be at too much longer. And if he does do like director of football, I think it's Basel. I could be wrong. Wish him all the best as well. Question to all of you: do you honestly want Trafford or someone else? For me, Mamadashvili would be my choice. Ben would be another choice as well.
Would be my choice as well. If he get Trafford, would I give him a chance? Absolutely, I would.
Yeah. Premier League should make clubs in huge debt and pay 30% of their total debt every window before being able to buy. That's how to level the playing field. That's some wacky. Good shout. Let's have abundance of kebab shops. I like it. Yep, we all know where Bruce is. Eddie Greg's, or you can eat buffet.
You can eat buffet. I like it.
Love it, man. Bye-bye to John.
Which one? Big Luke's.
John.
Yo.
Yeah. John, Fabian Scher, it won't be Basel he's going to. He's going to a club called SC Ville 1900, where he started his career when he was in the under-20s. That's a club where he's going to go back to be a director of football, FC Ville in Switzerland. So, but that's a club he'll go back to be a director of football. But I don't think it'll be for quite a long time yet. He's only 32, so he probably wants another couple of years, I reckon.
Yeah, very, very true. But let's hope he stays there for a few more years.
Depends how much his body holds out as well, Lord John.
That's the thing. If he's going to leave Newcastle, that'll be retirement for him. Steve Bruce must be looking at $4 million redundancies package again. Yep, Alan, you're absolutely correct. Can't hit a barn door. That's from Jake. He's talking about Jordan, by the way. Get 300k a week at Man U. Trevor, Sancho will have to take a minus 50% pay cut or more. Yep, no better to keep Bruno. Bruno keep. That's from Lee. 100 mil would allow to spend big. That's from Jake. And people today, Man City is not triggering the release clause. They're not going to do it. I've seen that. Big up to Soph. Hope you're well. Soph, do smash the like and subscribe button. I believe it's your first time, mate. I hope you're well. And please smash the likes. Thank you very much indeed, guys. Tony as well. Bruno got to keep. And I think you should.
Man City they'll offload Calvin Phillips by the looks. I think they'll offload him.
Holy shit.
Crap, really. He's crap.
Look for West Ham, he was absolutely woeful. The first game he popped up in, it was like, I think West Ham, well, I work with a lad who's a West Ham fan. I've known the lad a long time, 10 years, and even he said to me, he says, 3 games has been enough to see Calvin Phillips, and he says, want to send him back, but City, we can't send him back, we're not allowed to. But he says, he even said to me, he was the worst signing West Ham's ever made.
Unbelievable. I know. I've heard that as well, Tony. Man. Not good. Let's go on to the next one, yeah. We're going to go with Sandro Tonali, Tony.
Look, he owes us. Right. Sandro Tonali. Okay, we didn't know at the time. Although, look, I didn't know what was happening at the time, but when we signed him for 55 million, I thought, wow, this is cheap, because this is a player I wanted to see at the club. Even this was about probably a year before we signed him. I think it was in our first winter window, actually under the new ownership, and I thought, oh, Tonali would be a good player, because I looked at his stats. And when we signed Tonali, I thought, 55 million, we've got a bargain here. this guy's a hell of a player.
Hmm.
And he started off well, scored against Villa on his debut, had some good games. Then it came out about when he left the Italian camp along with Fagioli, because Fagioli, who was the grass, along with Zaniolo. And then it came out about the betting. But look, I think once it was out in the open, was sort of better Tonali because he started playing well until he was banned. But now that he's going to be back first couple of weeks into the season, because the season will be out for 2 weeks before he's back towards the end of August. But look, I think we'll see a better player next season. It'll be like a new signing. And you can see in training, he's happy, he's smiling and he's doing a lot. So I think he'll have a lot to prove. And I think we're going to see a world-class player next season. I really do. And I think he could be a massive difference for us next season. So, Tonali, definitely got to keep him. And, he's going to be huge for us next season. And look, as I say, I think you'll see a totally different player. I think you'll see a world-class player next year. And there'll be a lot of clubs in the Premier League looking and thinking, wow, why the hell didn't we get him? As much as we know that probably Milan probably knew that he'd been doing this, and that's probably why they offloaded him. But you know what? I don't care, because I tell you what, this guy is going to be massive for us. And can't wait to see him in action next season. I really can't. So, Sandro Tonali, definitely, Bella Moretti, keep him.
Fact, absolute fact. Don't forget, lads, how we'll have to place our black line, share, Trippier, Burn, Pope, Rebecca, all in their 30s. We have the third oldest squad in the Prem. That's why Trafford is coming back up. Yeah, and then that's a fair shout there. Whereas Mason these days, he was here last week. He is absolutely sounds okay.
It's because we're streaming it to your channel, so that's why he's probably not on. But he'll be back on when me and him go when I'm doing the show off my channel.
Cool. Trying to say Tonali play Papa Cesiverse. I'm sure you'll push us forward and help the team get us a top 4 finish. I want a trophy first. And there was a young Beckham at BBQ last week. I took great pleasure asking him if he wanted hot dog, sausages, and the burger bar. Love it.
I like it. I think it's part of that song. You get your hot dog, sausage, and a burger bun.
Yes, love it, man. Sandro, no. So don't say that for Friday. That'd be amazing. Sandro going 1-2 ways. I would be a superstar, but us all would be a flop. I think he'd be a superstar, Lorraine. He really will. Just like you, Lorraine, a superstar. Would anyone want Sandro in the squad? Tony would.
Yes, I would, John. Look, John. You got to look at it, right? The lad had mental health issue, right? So what does Ten Hag do? That horrible man from Holland. What does he do to Sancho? Instead of putting an arm around the guy and saying, we'll give you all the help we can, he tells them just to piss off to the reserves and train with them instead, the youngsters, and isolates them totally from the team. And it's like, are you really a manager? Because, I'm not being funny. If that was a Jose Mourinho, or even if it was our late Sir Bobby Robson, that would never happen. That would have been an arm around the guy and, right, what help can we give you? What help do you need? How can we sort the situation out? Let's give you the best help possible. But when you're a club like Man U are, who are, let's be honest, they're a toxic club, inside and out. The Glazers, they don't give a crap about that club. They just service the debt and they're just trying to make as much money as they can. They pay out their own fans. You've got a manager in Ten Hag who's got no management skills, let's be honest. He's got none whatsoever. You look at Marcus Rashford, he's had a crap season for Man U. He doesn't look happy there. It's a troubled club. And I hate Man U, by the way, but look, at the end of the day, Jadon Sancho did not deserve the treatment he got off Ten Hag. He did not deserve that treatment. And we've seen the difference. He's gone to Dortmund on loan, and he's absolutely smashed it there. Now, yes, Dortmund would love him, but they can't afford his wages.
Yeah.
Now, I would have him in a drop of a hat because under Eddie Howe, I think he'd do well. But he would have to take a wage cut. Would he be prepared to take a wage cut? He may do, because if it's for the sake of his mental health as well, why would you want to stay at a club that has so much toxicity inside it? And that's going to make your mental health even worse than what it was. So I honestly think Sancho would take a pay cut, if I'm honest. I think he would. If it meant he got out of Man United, he would go. He would take a pay cut. So I would have him. I know people don't want him at Newcastle United, but I tell you what, there is reasons to have him because I think he's got something there. He's just been wasted at Man United. And as I say, under Ten Hag has been an absolute disgrace to him.
Yeah.
And if Eddie Howe was like that to any of our players, I wouldn't be happy with Eddie Howe either. So, and I'm not saying Eddie Howe's like that with our players because he's not. But what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying is, so yeah, Sancho deserves a chance, and I would give him that chance.
Yeah.
What about you? I don't know about you, Pete.
No.
Yeah, I don't think it sounds like a bad idea. You can't just hang someone out to dry. Mental health is important. It's a serious thing. You need to support someone if they're going through tough patches. Everyone has gone through them.
Yeah.
You need to give them the support that they need. Not just go and hang them out to dry like what Egghead's done.
I love it, man. Oh, class, man. Love it. Let's go on because let's go and wrap these guys up as well. We've gone Bruno, we've done Tonali, we've done Joe.
I'm giving my thoughts on Tonali.
No, you haven't yet. Go on.
He'll be like a new signing next season. When he's back from his ban, he'll be like a new signing. I can't wait to see him back. And he'll get well ahead of Sean Longstaff within the side next season when he's back.
And we're going to come on to him right now, Pete. Take it away.
Oh, Jesus.
Where do we start?
If a bid comes in, I think I'll be happy to take it. If it's a really, really good offer that you can't refuse, he goes.
Yeah, fair enough. And Tony?
What was this, Longstaff?
Yeah.
Oh, sell. Oh, yeah, come on, sell. Get rid. I'm sorry, look. If Leicester want to pay 15 million, I know some people have said on Twitter, like, oh, we'll hold out for 25. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, look. Remember, FFP loophole. If you want an FFP loophole, sell a youngster from sell a player that's come through your academy. Because that way you get 100% profit. Now, if they want to buy him for 15 million, Leicester will take the money. Have him. Because I tell you what, yes, he's been great for us. Is Longstaff the player to take us to the next level? No, he is not. Yes, he's a workhorse in midfield. He does the dirty work. But does he take us to that next level? No, he doesn't, unfortunately. You've got to be harsh. You've got to be ruthless. And look, at the end of the day, take the money. He's only got a year left. If they're offering 15 million, take the money. Thank you, Sean. You've been good. But now, you're no longer needed here. Go and have a career at Leicester City. Bye-bye, and thank you for the memories.
Yeah, no questions asked as well.
Newcastle, I know John would sell him.
Yeah, 100%, no doubt about it. Yeah, just, you know what? People say, yeah, if he's a local lad, he gives you work rate. Yeah, let's be real, right? I'm not going to lie, right? But he's not going to win with a trophy. He's not going to win with a title, yeah? People say he's a local lad. Yeah, what about Eddie Nketiah? He's a local lad. Is he going to win the Arsenal title? No, he will not.
How many other players we've had that are local and are just not good enough?
Exactly.
We've had some as well.
Well, yeah, I'm not being funny, right? But at the end of the day, right, look, I always get behind the lads. But for me, we've got three perfect midfield. We've got great cover. Mandy's a great cover. Joe Willock, when he's fit, is a great cover. And then Anderson will come good, yeah? That's 6 midfielders right there. We can sell 36, go out and get a proper right side winger. Simple as that. Newcastle pay 300 M's, £300,000 a week in wage. Simple as that. And no player would take a 200k pay cut. I agree, Alan. I totally agree. Evening to Benny. I hope you're well, Benny. We haven't heard seen you for a long time. I know Man U have great turnover balls. Me, P, they didn't suffer with PSR with the debt. WTF is fair about that. Then we cannot spend what we can. That is, don't know where to start with that. Agree with you, Torn, but would he take a 50 pay cut? Probably not. Crap, Man U have always done.
I think he would, John. I think he would, because look, what he's got to remember is if he hangs around Man United, it's going to affect his mental health. So if somebody says, look, footballers are well paid. I'm sure he's a wealthy man. So, he's 24 years of age, and I'm sure he's a wealthy young man. And if Newcastle come along and say, look, we'll give you 150 grand a week. But that's not to say, right? But the thing is, though, what you do is you can still give him a high wage, because what you do is you bring him in, you say, right, okay, Jane, we'll give you 150 grand a week. But there's bonuses on top of that as well. So that'll put your money up a bit. Plus, what we'll do is we'll give you a bigger signing on fee. And that way, it sort of makes up towards his wages. Yeah. There's ways round it, John. There's ways round it. And look, I think if he got out of Man United, I think that's what he'd do. He'd take a pay cut to probably get out of there. And who could blame him? Who could blame him? I know Goldbridge keeps going on saying he wants to keep Ten Hag there. When other fans want rid of him. And apparently they're going to make a decision this week. I mean, look, I'm not being funny. That is a club that doesn't know what they're doing. People are saying, we haven't got a director of football yet. Yeah, but Man United's got a manager who doesn't know if he's going to get sacked this week, next week, 2 weeks' time, a week before the season, a day before the season. He doesn't know. He's walking on thin ice, and he doesn't know when that thin ice is going to break.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. All the way, man. Crazy again. But you know what? If he's available, I'd take him as well on loan. Sancho with flourish on Eddie. He can ask Gordon about leaving a toxic environment and recovering at Newcastle. That's a fair shout. Very well point. Willock's got his own feet on the table next to Wilson. Let's go through the next ones. Yeah, we're going to go through Lewis Miley.
Me? Yeah, me for Lewis Miley. Keep him. Yep. The guy's a talented lad. He really, really is. Since he got introduced to the side, is there more to come from him as well? Absolutely, there is. And hopefully we give him that chance again next season, as we do. And at times he should have been ahead of Longstaff last season as well, when Sean Longstaff was well off his game. He stays Miley because he's a one for the future.
Good shout. And Tony?
Yeah, got to keep all day. Look, we lost Bobby Clark, that we should have not got rid of, but the Fat Controller decided. So yeah, definitely you've got to stay. The lad's going to get better and better. Yes, he got put in the team last year because we had a lot of injuries, and he did pretty well. So look, yeah, keep him at all costs.
Yeah, okie. Elliot Anderson, Tony, I'll start with you.
Oh, it's a tricky one, John, because look, he does play well at times, but then there's times he just has absolute stinkers. Maybe keep him for one more season, see how he goes. If he doesn't flourish next season, then I would say look to cash in on him. As I say again, you get your 100% on your FFP as well. So, yeah, I would keep him for next season. He has had some good games for us. But, yeah, I would keep him. Yeah.
Pete?
Keep him. Again, another one for the future. Is there more to come from him? Yes, there is.
Fair enough.
Again, at times you look when he was injury-free, he should have been given that more opportunity. And again, it's one of our local coming up as well. There's more to come from Anderson. I think the loan spells have done him very good. And there's more to come from him. There really, really is more to come from this lad. What I like about him, he's looked a lot more stronger in games.
We got now, mate. Yeah.
I think he's putting in a bit of muscle onto him, which I've seen, and look how he's out-muscled a few players as well at times. So keep him again. As I mentioned, he's one for the future.
Yeah, absolutely. People's backing up Miley as well, which is fantastic. Mandy had many managers. They have indeed about 6 or 7 they've had. When we play next season, you're more than welcome to come on our channel for previews, John. You know what, Benny? I'd love to come on. Thank you for the invite. I'll be there. I've got to get you on as well, Jez as well, and it'll be a fantastic show as well. Thanks for the invite, Benny. I really appreciate that, man. Hope you're keeping well. And he's got to be Arteta out. I think he's Arteta out. I could be wrong. Mighty keeper learned from Bruno, J7, and Tonali. He was the youth defender we sold to Everton a couple of years ago. That was no, he is Lewis. I know he is. He's gone to Reading now as well. But I think his name is Lewis. But we come back on him a bit
again as well.
We'll come back.
I know who you mean. Yeah,
it's Lewis. Someone I know it is. No, I think he's gone to Plymouth. I think he's gone to Plymouth, not Reading, Plymouth or someone like that. I think it's Reading. But Dortmund need cash to rebuild. As reports say, we have 100 mil net to buy Vasco Sancho, 2 centre backs, Grassi, one off 40 mil for Malin, and also look for Safo Mokoko. I think that's a good shout, mate. That's a very good deals there. But whether they're ready to sell them on, I don't know. But maybe one more year, and then they just thinking about doing it as well. And everyone's saying sell. 100% Mama Arteta has to deliver next season. And if he doesn't, he should be out as well. His phone door and Man U. Fergie has to retire. He's still pulling strings and got power, Man U. That's why managers don't succeed or last there while he's there. Big up to Lawrence as well. Let's go on to did I come to you, Tony, about Lewis? Miley?
You did, yes.
I did. And okay, let's go on to Elliot Anderson as well. He says trickle on as well. Did I come to you? Pete,
yes, you've done Anderson.
Fantastic. And Joe Willock, I think you need to keep him one more. Keep him, guys. Do you agree?
Yeah, I would keep him. He was just very unlucky with injuries last season. That was the problem. And he wasn't fit at all. That was the problem. Let's see how he comes back. And let's see what we can see what 100% Joe Willock is like. Think about the season. He finished 4th. He was part of that squad that finished 4th as well. Look at the drive he can have on the ball when he's on his game as well. So Willock, I would definitely keep Willock on.
Yeah. And Tony?
Do you know what? I like Joe Willock. I think he's been absolutely brilliant. He's been injury ravaged though, hasn't he? That's the thing. A fit Joe Willock stays for me. Because I think he's been absolutely brilliant. So I would keep Joe Willock. I wouldn't let him go out, keep him. And the player you're on about, by the way, John, it's Lewis Gibson.
Gibson, plays for Plymouth.
Yes. Lewis Gibson. But yeah, no, I would keep Willock. But then it depends if somebody comes in and offers big money for him. You know, do you sell him? That's the thing. That's what you got to look at. So I would say for the minute, keep him. But if somebody come in and said, yeah, we'll give you 40 million for Willock, then 40 million pounds, you say, yeah, okay, snap my hands off and take it because you can always replace him with somebody else. So, yeah, there's always that. And he's definitely worth around that money anyway because he you know, we know what he's like. Well, he's been a cracking player for us.
Cool. And bless, I'm on the fence on Arteta. I do criticize Arteta or Super Mick and the team if they deserve it. If you don't challenge or anything by the end of the season, he has to go. Love to come on next season. Ben, you're in, my guy.
I would say also will be challenging for something next season. Because what I think Arteta's done right is because the other managers couldn't do it. He threw out, Arteta threw a lot of that dead squad out. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough under like Wenger, Emery, and all of that. And he's trying to replace these players the best he can. And they've gone the last seasons have finished second, where there was previously they were finishing outside the top 4. They missed out on Europe one time. And then Arteta, I think, kind of addressed the situation. and that's why Arsenal are up there challenge for. It was just if the game went right to the wire for the last for the last game for Man City to win the title as well. So if Arsenal just get that extra bit of quality in, you never know what could happen next season with them. There's a chance he could win something.
Yeah. He's got next season, though, in my opinion. If he doesn't win the title next season, then the guy is done. Honestly, he should be. Will it keep? But it doesn't perform, then revisit. Doesn't perform. And do you think Anthony will get many minutes at the Euros? I hope he does. We're going to talk about that. Oh, he will. I think he will, Benny. He definitely will. I think he's got another 6 more players to come for as well. We're going to rattle through them. We start with Jacob Murphy, Pete.
I keep him as a squad player. I think he's done very well when he started to get those starting times ahead of Miggy within the sides as well. He's had some really, really, really good games. We know he's had some poor games, but when he is run his game, he could certainly cross the ball into the box. He could certainly, he does have, he definitely have a lot of skills on him as well. Do you know what? I think Murphy, I'd definitely keep him on, but I think he's going to be more of a squad player next season. But in games, he's shown really, really well. I thought the last game of the season, he was very, very good in that as well. He showed that he can do it still. He still can do it for me. So I would keep Murphy next season. I really would.
Cool stuff. And go on then, Tony. Jacob.
Keep him for another season. Squad player, squad depth. He's done okay for us. So keep Murphy.
Yep. And let's go on to Miguel Almiron, Tony.
That's easy, John. Sell him. Get rid. Look, he had his purple patch a couple of years ago, a couple of seasons ago now. That's last season. He was woeful.
Yeah.
You know, there was chances when he's had chances to score and he's tried to go to his left foot and then he loses it because by the time he's done that, the defender gets a block in. Look, the guy plays well. He plays a smile on his face. His energy, he's full of running. Yes, we know that. And we know the Miggy fan club out there would be saying, oh, no, we can't lose him. But, this is where the but comes in. He's had his day. And look, he doesn't provide a lot of assists. He's not a right winger. I've always said that. I've always said Miggy's better on the left. He's more devastating on the left. But Miggy, for me, has to go. But the problem we've got is Miggy does not want to leave. That is the problem. Miggy does not want to leave the club. He keeps saying, I'm not leaving. So this is where the ownership needs to be a bit more cute and Eddie Howe. And what they need to say is, and this is where Eddie Howe needs to take his sentimental head off as well and say, look, tell you what, Miggy, you don't want to leave the club. That's fine. But you will not be named in the 25-man Premier League squad next season. So if you don't leave here, you'll be training day in, day out. The reason we want to sell you on is because we need the money for FFP. ASM understood the situation. Yes, he didn't want to go, but he knew he had to go to help us improve the squad. And that's what Miggy Almiron should be doing as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for the sake of that, I think Almiron needs to go. And I'll tell you where you'd suit. I'll tell you what would suit Miggy's game down to a T, either in the Spanish league or in the Primera Liga in Portugal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Benfica would buy players young, Sporting Lisbon would buy players young, and Porto would buy players young. But I don't think those 3 Portuguese clubs would get them anywhere, which is a shame because I think you do all right in Portugal. That's the problem. Let's go on to
Mate for Miggy.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, it's time he leaves. Look how backwards he completely went last season, unfortunately. The Chelsea game in the Carabao Cup annoys me. I know Trippier made the mistake, but all Miggy has to do is just take that ball into the corner, just to run the clock down. I think we've won that game. He plays a silly ball across goal. No one's there. Chelsea go up the other end. Oh, it's 1-1. What other performances I've seen? The Nottingham Forest game, he was absolutely all over the place in that game. He cannot use his right foot. when at times he's had numerous opportunities to play the ball into other players who've got a great chance of scoring. He's thinking, no, I'm going to have a go myself. The ball's into Rose Ed. And again, the last goal was against Fulham at home, 3-0. That was December. Since then, he's had no assists in the Premier League and no goals since then. That is absolutely terrible for an attacking player, for someone like him. People will say he's playing on the left, which is not his position. Okay. But has he had numerous opportunity to learn that position still? Of course he has. There was still plenty of time to make sure he can keep knowing that position, particularly when he finished fourth, because he did brilliant in that season. But why is that suddenly gone way downhill?
I agree.
The guy's been here since Rafa's been here. He's been here for over 5 years. If he may not want to, we're going to have to push and say, Miggy, you need to be moved on now. ASM had a reason, and he did wanted to stay, but we had a reason to why we had to move him on. Miggy's got to do the same. Miggy's 30-year-old now. He is 30 years old. That's getting on for an attacking player of his caliber. He's not good enough for this club anymore. I've just seen there's just been loads and loads of disappointments from Almiron this season as well, and it's been so frustrating from him as well. I mean, sorry, but as I mentioned, I think 0 goals and 0 assists since December, as I mentioned. That's completely unacceptable. I think he had 1 assist in the Derby game for Isak, but that's it. Where's the rest of it? We've not seen it. Sorry. It's time you go out the door.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you guys. I'm sorry, but I think he's had his time and needs to move on. Scooby-Doo, thanks for subscribing, my guy. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel as well. Appreciate that. Hope you're good. Don't forget, Greggy, Island League with Suit Mickey. That's an AD. Big sign to go. Hi, Scooby. Thank you. And in all honesty, I do miss Maxi. I know he's finishing the decision-making wasn't the best, but he did get the crowd on their feet, especially when he's played well. I agree.
And that was the thing with ASM. He wasn't always consistency enough. That was his problem as well.
Yeah, indeed.
And there was no consistency with Miggy at all last season.
Yeah, indeed. I even played Richie on the right over him. Yep, I agree. And last season, he was immense. So strangely, has fallen off a cliff all of a sudden. That's in knick-knack, 100%. 100% all the way. We haven't got much to go now. I think we've got 4 left. Let's go on to Harvey B, Tony.
Keep him. Yeah. Look,
yeah.
He's got a lot more to offer, I think. But
well, I think I've froze, John. I'm just going to come back in and out.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, definitely Harvey Barnes. Got to keep him. He had an injury-ravaged season. So, again, we've seen what he can do. We saw the goals he scored against West Ham United. So, yeah, for me, Harvey Barnes has to stay. So, yeah, definitely keep him for next season.
And Pete?
Yeah, keep him. I think there's more to come from him. I don't think we've seen the best of him yet. He's just been very unlucky with that injury. That ruled him out from September all the way to February. There's got to be more because when he's on his game, he's a goal-scoring winger as well. Look how many goals he's got for Leicester City as well. There's more. There's definitely more to come from Harvey Barnes next season, and I'm looking forward. Hopefully, we can keep him fully fit for next season, and I believe that more goals will come from him.
I agree. I kind of agree. You got to get the player in there. He's a cracking player, Harvey Barnes, on his day. When he's match fit, then he'll get goals, so there's no question about that as well. Massive fan of Harvey B. He could maybe do a job on the left, but we have Gordon and Barnes on that side, plus J7, and Isak can play there, or even a Cam in a 4-2-3-1 formation. That's on Lawrence. And I've been doing it for 3 years off properly, but I started for about 3 or 4 months, took a break from it, and then decided to come back and give it another go. I don't know what's happened there. I just can't see my chat as well now. Let's go on to you, Pete. Anthony Gordon, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to come out and come back in the game, mate.
I think you're fine, John. I don't think you're freezing.
I'm not freezing, but I know I can't. I think I might have zoomed this thing in by mistake. I do apologize. So we'll try again. If just take over, man, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah, no worries, John. Gordon. He stays. 100% he stays. 10 goals. 11 goals in all competitions. Well, more than 10 goals in all competitions. 10 assists as well. He's going nowhere as well. He's not going back to Liverpool. The guy couldn't wait to get out the area in the first place. All these people are saying that he's going to go back to Liverpool for 100 million.
Yeah.
Where do you get this absolute BS from? Because I don't think he would go back. Look how well he's settled up here, and look how much happier he is that he's here now. And look how many goals and assists he's contributed in the season as well. For a winger, particularly. Sorry, Gordon is going absolutely nowhere. He's 100% staying for me. He's just what an improvement he has been.
Yeah. And what about you, Tony, mate?
Oh, it's a no-brainer, John. I would say it's a silly question to ask because he keep him all day long. 11 goals, 10 assists last season, 21 goal contributions in total in the Premier League. Just shows you how massive he's been. And I knew this was the player that we were going to sign because, look, when we signed him, or when we were looking to sign him, a lot of our fan base were negative, and they were like, oh, we don't want him anywhere near our team. He's not good enough. He's not good enough. And I said, look, the lad's a rough diamond. Give him a chance. I think he'll come good, And I said, give him next season. I think we'll see a different Anthony Gordon. And boom, I am absolutely spot on. Because we have seen a different Anthony Gordon. Because Anthony Gordon went to the Euros with England under 21s and was player of the tournament. And he was brilliant for them in that tournament. And he did admit at the end of the season, when we signed him, he said he was knackered because of the training that Eddie Howe does, and he's not used to it because he didn't get that at Everton. Because when you're training under Frank Lampard, well, does he have any good training methods? Probably not, So look, he's come to us, but I knew once he had the Euros, which he enjoyed, that he came to us and had his pre-season. I knew this was a massive season for him, but I had no doubt he was going to be brilliant this season. And boom, I have been proved right. And, I stand by everything I said when we first were looking to sign him. I said, look, give the lad a chance. He's a rough diamond. Give him a chance, smooth him out, and you'll see a different player. And I don't have to see any more than that. But yes, definitely you keep him all day long.
Absolutely.
100%. I mean, I'm with you guys as well. Let's go on for comments as well. Yeah, like I said.
No, I definitely not.
Oh, PG. Then big into the Saudi, 52 mil. Yeah, 12 million loan fee, Lingard half season. Yeah, I've heard that. Keep Barnes. Meeks being slow to pass in. Love how people cry at respect to ASM for him when he got injured, but he scored. He still scored as many goals as in best tally. I agree. Harvey Barnes is such a good player. I think he has so much to offer. What a good player he is. Will really get better. This channel. And to be fair, Maxime mixed up with the supporters promoting his car game, etc. Barnes, keep him. I think I'll subscribe all 3 channels. Thank you very much indeed, Soph. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much indeed. And if you want to come on my show one day, Soph, you're always welcome to come on as well. Let me know. Barnes, keep give us 3 points of goals off the bench. Charles started 2 years ago. Yes, it did. And it's still going strong as well. Big up to Ian, by the way. Hope you're well, mate. And while I look at the comments as well, let's go on to did I give you Gordon as well?
Yes, you've done both of us. Yes.
Yeah, you've done that.
Let's go on to Callum Wilson.
Who first?
Yeah, okay. You go first, mate. Go on.
Oh, mate. Sell. Unfortunately, the guy's just injury prone. I know he scores goals when he's really on his game. He gets in the right areas. But the injuries, how many has he picked up as of late? Too many of them. Far too many of them. That is the problem. Ever since 2018, I've counted injuries into double figures. And it's like, when we miss Callum Wilson, he's not out for a week or two. He's at least out for a few weeks now with a slight strain now, unfortunately. He'll come back, maybe play a couple, but he's out injured again. And that's so frustrating. And look how many times we've had to play games without a fit striker when both Isak and Wilson, when the pair of them have been injured. So we need a new striker in that can stay fit as well. Wilson's been fantastic servant. He's done well to get second, top highest scorer as well. But the injuries are the problem now, John. And the guy can't stay fit now, unfortunately, which is, we know the muscular injury across there against Forest around his pectoral. But it's like, how many more muscle injuries does he have to keep picking up? It's too many now. It's just too many.
Way too many. Woods will be a good squad player when fit, but cannot be trusted to stay fit. He's 32 and out of contract next year.
He's 32 as well. And there'll be a time where their injuries will really start to catch up on him now, where his legs or his body might not be able to take it now, unfortunately. That's my concern.
Fact, absolute fact. I think you should sell Isak to my boys. 50 mil paying installments of 10 year. Wacky, no, and no.
Absolutely not, Wacky.
Tony, Callum Wilson.
Sell. I'd definitely sell because, look, he's been great for us, let's be honest, but he's had 2 ACLs in his career. Injuries are starting to catch up to him now. And look, he can't stay fit for more than 2 games. And I call this because when he come back, he hadn't long been, he's just come back when we played Forest and that. And I said, I'd be surprised if he stays fit for more than 2 games. And in the Forest game, what happens? He gets an injured tit and he's out for 9 weeks with an injured tit. You couldn't make that up. You could not make that up, could you? Come on, you can't make it up, can you? Honestly. So, look. But also, I looked at his body language in that game against Forest as well.
Yeah,
he didn't look happy on that pitch either.
He didn't. I could even tell.
He looked like he didn't want to be there, if I'm honest. And I don't think he wants to be at this club now. I think the Atletico Madrid move that he could have had, I think that's really paid him off now. And I think he's just said to the club, I ain't bothered no more. And look, whatever we can get for him, just sell him. He's done well for us. He's a good Premier League squad striker, but you just can't keep him fit, and that's the problem, and we don't want somebody who's regularly on the treatment table. We had it with Jonathan Woodgate in the past, very good centre-half, probably a world-class centre-half if he'd stayed fit long enough. Marcelino was another one that you never heard of because he just he just lay on that bed all the time because he was never off it. Another sick note. So Wilson, I would definitely sell him even if we got 15 million, just take it and cut your losses, even if he went to a team that was mid-table in the Premier League, somewhere like a Fulham or somewhere like that, But exactly. I would definitely say sell him. Absolutely.
Yeah, true. I would as well. You need to be a strong physical striker for when you need to hold the ball up on certain occasions. Isak isn't that type, but he's still a cracker player, Raki, and you're not having him anywhere at Arsenal, unfortunately. And but I see where you're coming to say. I know what you're trying to say. So Wilson's time to go. Love the guy, been great for us, but it is not to let the door hit you on the way out. That's the data. Hope you're well, mate. And Bet Wilson felt a right tit. Wow, that's Les words, not mine. And I think Saka, but he doesn't play for my club. I mean, how about Cheddar Solanke for Wilson straight up? Do you know what? Solanke's not a big fan of Solanke, to be fair, but he's got to do it again for Bournemouth. He's got to do it for one more year for Bournemouth.
He's on his way to Arsenal, John.
Is that a done deal?
No, but
currently Arsenal are looking to buy him for £65 million. That's a release clause.
I tell you what, I think Luca will be. I tell you what, Lee Gunner, Matty Savaguna, Jez will not be happy at all whatsoever.
I mean, I don't think it's a done deal, John, but the rumours are going around that the £65 million release clause only applies to top 6 clubs.
Yeah.
So, like, suppose if we wanted to buy him, we wouldn't get him
be
for
65.
65 million. It would be more than that. But I wouldn't buy him anyway. But look, well, I haven't got that sort of money to buy him anyway. But
Exactly.
what I'm saying is, though, the rumours are that Arsenal are really strong on looking at him. So, I tell you what, please take him, Arsenal, please.
Exactly. So, boys are doing that, man. Sorry.
But then he might go to Arsenal. But then he might go to Arsenal, absolutely smash the goals in because he'll get the service.
Yeah, true. He could do.
Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka, you know.
Yeah. Trossard as well, you know. And let's and before we go on to the last player, Lee Guller is up in arms over. I bet he is. He'd not be happy about that. And I would be as well, to be fair. We're lads, and Salas Kudos will look after him. And 669, not a chance. Despite how good he was, I say 65k mil is ridiculous price. So one, he could easily have been at one season, one like Patrick Bamford. Yeah, fats.
Well said, Lawrence.
Exactly. Isak, last one tonight. Isak.
Who first?
I'll go Pete first.
Stays, going nowhere. He's even came out and said that he's happy we're here. And rumours will apparently slap 200 million on the guy, which I hope is really, really true. The guy's just been a goal machine. 20 plus goals in all competitions and in the Premier League as well. The guy is going to get more goals for us next season. He really, really is. Hopefully he can avoid those injuries. And I think we'll see Isak on fire again next season as well. I really, really believe we will. He's going nowhere as well. And again, another player we really, really need to keep within the side. I mean, just to see a guy get 20 plus goals in all competitions is just incredible as well. And who says the guy can't challenge for a golden boot next season as well? Who says he can't do that? Why not?
Yeah.
Hopefully he goes nowhere as well. And if we have, as I mentioned, hopefully we have slapped 200 million on the guy, because is anyone going to pay that for a footballer with the FFP rules, PSR that's going around at the moment? I highly doubt it. So this guy is going nowhere, and I can't wait to see the goals again from him next season. And if anyone sees goals for Sweden.
Yeah. Yes. Beautiful goal.
What a goal that was.
Fantastic, man. Absolutely fantastic. Play it again, man. And you got to love Wacky as well. I do love Wacky, by the way. Kudos and Bone are World Pass. The only players I rate. Antonio is good, but gets knackered too quickly for a big guy. That is the problem. He works out for the team, Antonio. I like Antonio. I really do. Tony, close to show, man. Isak.
It's an easy one, John. Keep, 63 million quid was a bargain. Obviously, a couple of days before, it was here we go from Fabrizio Romano. João Pedro was on his way to Newcastle United from Watford. Then it all of a sudden went quiet. Then next thing we see 48 hours later, Dan Ashworth's in Spain, bringing back Alexander Isak. Nobody saw that coming. Because we know Arsenal were tipped to get him as well. But we got in there, got him. And we had to wait a little while for his paperwork to come through again. I think that was the con from the Premier League, from Richard Masters, again, delaying things. But he came, he scored, put we're ahead against Liverpool. Should have had a second against Liverpool. Where VAR were trying to play the shadows. Where they said, Gomez and Alexander Isak, you couldn't tell whose shadow was what. Well, yeah, they were probably thinking of the shadows from the 70s, the group. But look, I don't know if that's what they were playing on the radio that night in VAR. Maybe that's why they got mixed up with the shadows. Pete's looking puzzled there. What's the shadows? Well, it used to be a group in the 70s, apparently, Pete. So before my time as well. So yeah, the shadows. But that's why I'm saying they must have played the shadows. John knows who the shadows are. But yeah, look, keep them all day for me, Isak. And I believe what the reports are saying is Newcastle slapped £170 million on him.
Okay.
Now, if that is the case, but also we've heard Isak saying he doesn't want to leave, which is great news. He's happy where he is. And look, I laughed because Arsenal fans said, "Oh, we'll have him for 60 million quid," and I'm like, 60 million? We paid 63 million for him. You're not getting him for 60. Some of these Arsenal fans, honestly, on Twitter, just made me laugh. I just chuckled. I thought, I don't even need to comment, you know? And I just thought, why do I need to sit and watch a comedy on TV when I can just watch Twitter with these Arsenal fans? And, you know, it's just comedy gold. Comedy gold. But no, stays all the age on.
Won't be surprised if one of them that said it is a regular from on EFTV.
Ah, yes, yeah. Possibilities, yeah. Could well be.
Well, I think John is frozen.
Are you frozen, John?
Yeah, I think he has.
He's froze like England did against Iceland.
Oh, that game was really poor.
It was poor, Pete, but look, you can see why players don't want to get injured because there's a tournament coming up and you don't want to go full-blooded. And sometimes I question, do you really need another friendly before a tournament? I mean, yes, you want to have a look at your players. But look, even Southgate said he wasn't happy about the result the other night. But you've got to give Iceland credit. They defended well. They defended. And look, they could have scored a second, you know. I mean, Ramsdale, I thought, was poor for that for that goal.
You can't be beaten like that, surely.
No, not your near post. You shouldn't be beaten at your near post as a goalkeeper. But look, you know, Iceland deserved it. They got that win. But for me, yes, okay, it's a loss for England. But as I said yesterday, Pete, on my show yesterday, who won the World Cup in Qatar in 2022? It was Argentina. What happened in their first game? They got beat off the outside, the low-ranked team in Saudi Arabia, but they went on to win the World Cup. England have been beaten by a team ranked lower than Jordan, and that's not Katie Price, by the way. That's the country Jordan. By a team that are 72nd in the FIFA rankings in Iceland. But look, that doesn't mean to say we're going to go to the Euros and be absolutely terrible. We could go there, and on Sunday, I'm sure we'll all be watching the match, but Sunday night, we could come out of that victorious. We have to beat Serbia. That is why we played Bosnia, because these teams play with that low block. And I believe England will get off to a winning start against Serbia. And I think we'll beat Denmark, and we'll definitely beat Slovenia. I think we'll top that group. If we don't top that group, there's something seriously wrong. But I think England will top that group. No problem at all.
Exactly. Totally agree there. How do you become a mod? That is from Scooby-Doo, right? I've got Mama Flossie one, Drew Gunners as well. So, you know, obviously the more mods you get, the better. But I make Mama the head one as well, which I will do that pretty soon. I will talk to her about that. I'm sure she will not mind at all. But and Pete is looking for more mods as well. The Shadows of the 60s really are you Hank Marvin?
Oh, the 60s, right? You go then. 60s. Well before my time. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the Shadows.
Yeah. Minte, will he play in Japan? Yes, he will. I hope he does. And goes for more, and that's it for the comments. Right, we're going to wrap up the show there, guys. We've been on for nearly 2 hours. It's been fantastic. We could have talked more about Eddie Howard and the likes as well, but we leave that one to another day. And it's nearly 10 o'clock. And before we wrap up the show, I mean, I think Mama Flossie, I hope she's still there. She's going to put on the links as well, so you can follow your channel as well. Pete, I'll start with you. Where can you find you on your channel, man?
Prologue down there so far, apart from Friday. That is only the show that'll be for Friday, the Crazy PD's football live show. Again, if there's anything that I do beforehand, you will be notified, whether it's live shows or pre-recorded videos. And of course, we'll have the Euros coming up. Of course, we're going to look to do previews for the Euros. In terms of watch-alongs, I might look to change that instead, because I think there's going to be loads of channels doing watch-alongs for the Euro, for the England games in particular. So I'm thinking of doing like a live fan reaction, possibly instead after the game. Let people come on and have the say after the game. instead. So I'm looking to do that for when the Euros come up. So again, down there is PD Prologue. Follow me on my social medias as well. That's PD Prologue as well. And yeah.
Great stuff, great stuff. Going through the course, so we get Tony's as well. And Cliff's back in ground. Bye to coffee. Right, big up Benny, big up to you, my guy. And you take care as well. Definitely come on your show very soon. Top show, lads. Thanks to the mods as well. Thank you, Ian, of Eastern Pet as well, from Scooby Doo as well. Can they let Boost manage Spain fans Portugal and Euros after food games? So England can have these drawn up high stages. That'd be amazing. Class, man. Did a great show. Thank you. Thank you, Anna Joseph Marlon on Black and White TV. Scooby, fantastic. Great news as well. Being great. Thank you, Lee. And thank you, Ronnie, as well. Cliff Richards, Ban, Osborne, 73, Hanks of Geordie. Yes, indeed. Good night to you, Mark. Good night to Julie as well. The craziest show in the UK universe, not such as it. And
she's not wrong there. She's definitely not wrong there.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong at all.
What? Sorry, John. Pete, what time are you doing the show? Because are you doing it after the first Euros game? Because Scotland, Germany might be a lot of people sitting watching that game.
I'll see. I'll probably still do it after the game still.
Yeah.
What I'll do, I'll probably just I'll just get one fan at a time and just give their thoughts and all of that.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm on about your crazy PD show.
Oh, it's going to still be on air 8 o'clock as always.
8 o'clock.
That's what normally the show's scheduled for.
Yeah.
Interesting. And thanks
because I know people love the food picks and those like a laugh on a Friday night as well.
Yeah. See if they're juicy or whatever.
And thank you. I love it, man.
Or if they're expensive and then Billy sees a big off.
Off to look like sick or diarrhea.
Wow. And let's go on to some more. Thanks, Mama Flosser. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for modding me. Sure. I really appreciate that. Thank you, JK. Need to aim that sausage call it sausage. Say that tough ID, Wacky. And Peter Sausages, great show. Thank you, Julie. Thanks you as well. Tony, where can you find you, man? On what you got coming up, mate?
Yeah, so you can find me on my channel, which is behind me. It's all Black and White TV. I'm on the way towards 1,200 subscribers, so if you haven't yet subscribed my channel, please jump on and give it a subscribe. That'd be great. Also, smash the likes as well. Yeah, so, well, tomorrow I won't have a show on because I play darts on a Tuesday night for a team, so I will be out tomorrow night. I'm hoping having something Wednesday. Thursday, I'll have a preview. We're looking at the Euros, ahead to the Euros starting on Friday. And then every night I'm going to try and do a show around about 10, half 10 maybe, depending. And we'll just have a look at the roundup. We'll do a Euro roundup like I did with the World Cup, where we have a look at the day's games and see how the teams are getting on, and what thoughts are on those two games or how many other games are played on that day. So I'll be doing that. If it's a weekend, I may even throw in a Euro breakfast. So what that would be is like I used to do a World Cup breakfast where I had a show from about 8 o'clock in the morning for about an hour, and I used to get quite a lot of people on for that. So look, lots to look forward to. Pre-match shows for the England games, reviews from the England games as well. So look, lots to look forward to. Obviously, there'll be transfer shows as well, where we look at speculation in the media where players are linked to us, but they are not necessarily signing for us, because we've had a lot of it out there. We've got ITKs out there who think they know everything, but they are actually ITFKs. I know fuck all. That's what they are. So at the end of the day, they know nothing. Likes of Sean Casey, hasn't got a clue. And look, at the end of the day, don't listen to these people out there. Some of them out there are quite all right, but a lot of them out there spout a load of BS. So take it with a pinch of salt. Wait until the club announce players officially, is what I always say. We do transfer shows. As I say, we have a look at players. We have a bit of fun. We look at their strengths and their weaknesses, see if they fit into our squad. But it doesn't necessarily mean they are signing. It's just what's linked in the media. But anyway, I have lots coming up. So,
nice.
Please tune in.
I was going to say, John, do not read that name out.
I won't. And just to say that, always good.
Who's just popped up?
Oh, I think he's an Arsenal fan.
I was going to say, don't read the name out.
I won't,
because I know what it means.
I know. I'm not going to fall for that. You too, JK, and you too, Jay. Breaking news is Sefton, my new name. That is Sefton Mag. Bring us to Sefton back in the hoose, by the way.
It's Sefton. It's Sefton. Hope you're well.
Good to see you, my guy. It's good to see you back on the shows as well. Make sure you don't be a stranger, man. So for me, I haven't got a show coming up yet, but when you do, I shall let you know, guys, and it'd be fantastic. Hope I get a big name on. You just never know. And he's late. But I've said there's no fly song joining those running forward. I do. Definitely know your name full down well. But there you go. So, guys, like the video, like a watch. Make sure you like, subscribe. Thanks for the mods. Thanks for the chatters as well. Hope you have a fantastic evening when you got left of it. And I'll read you guys backstage. If you like the video, like what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe. And as always, and just up the mags.